Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, o see them yopo.
Wakwaba edeba PENDREAM TV. So me sure say any day they can watch and I'll be subscribe to channel no click a bell so say the news to us on sabe to me aka no wati. NDC communicator friend Kojo Twum Boafo. Na abetu to biama Akuffo Addo ne Bawumia ne MPP aban eti akonya isu na ochiremu a aban we ebedwan anu mu abram opposition ka say omo be movie oman from taxation to production na adena dane na aye omo tax rough enya asem ketua na ochiremu a aban de so many tax abegu oman for our oman mu ha say oman ha bibia obeto bia tax that's why the tax ya ma tax na nkase mo tax na obubo tax the braben e dia begu Ghana for so a say ntimi no chima aban samo akache Ghana for e de dada omowe ni aban enye nti ohun se aban otia kunya so ya heartless, useless and clueless omo hu de omoye oman men kasa bebre mepese e beko na ko hensama Kojo Twum Boafo e de tu drive.
Unfortunately for you, you are the exception that does not disprove the rule. You are a part of a Sisyphean government. That is Sisyphean. They are helpless. They are useless, utterly clueless. They have lied to Ghanaians. They have come into this country. They have come into government simply to line their pockets with money and things that they have looted from the citizenry of this country. Randy.
Yes.
I've told you about the plaque that is on the Dublin city wall. There's a Latin phrase on it which says obedientia civium orbis felicitas.
Which means?
It means the obedience of citizens produces a happy city. Right? When you people came into government, you told us that you had all the ideas. Dr. Bawumia used to hold seances in every single, from Baden Powell Hall through to Christ the King Hall, with diplomats, John Benjamin, in attendance. Right? The British High Commissioner was your cheerleader. He was your campaign coordinator. Right? He was at every event. He was even calling NDC officials, including me, to tell us to tamper our language. Yes. Today, this is where you have plunged us. Before I met you people, I didn't know that if you have money in the bank, it's not safe. Before you people came into office, nobody knew that. And Marcos Kukaka, the Kwachimota. Me engineer. I didn't know that. I have an MBA to boot. I didn't know that. Nobody taught me that if you have money in the bank, it's not safe. Dr. Randiabi, you have a doctorate in business administration. Did you know that? No, you didn't. You see, Kenofuraka coined the term nuisance taxes. That you people stood up and campaigned. Let me give you a list of the taxes you people have introduced since you came into power. Since 2017.
I thought you start with the ones we've abolished.
No, hold on.
And
please.
then
Doc, you see, you're a nice person.
Oh,
Today, I would have preferred Sly sitting here, but it's okay.
I'll be quiet.
3% VAT flat rate, 5% increase in VAT, 25% increase in corporate tax, 2% increase in special import levy, 1% COVID levy, plus 3% VAT, which is in essence 4%, 1% COVID levy on the COVID levy. You are the only people who can put a tax on tax, right? 5% fiscal stabilization levy, 5% financial sector cleanup recovery levy, 1% e-levy, 20% levy on a liter of petrol, 10% Bola levy, the Bola levy that ended up in the minister's house, 18% levy on LPG, 22.5% increase in VAT. And effectively, it was a 4% increase, 30% increase in energy sector levy, ESLA, which levy you have collateralized. So when we pay the levy, it actually ends up in a black hole. 11% increase in special petroleum tax, 200% increase in boss margin, 40% increase in price stabilization and recovery levy, 25% increase in. Randy, how am I doing?
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. So on that note, I'll stop. But the next time I come, I will continue because the rest I haven't said is more than what I've said. I mean, to make matters worse, you people have put tax on acquisition. Who does that?
Why are you so interested in this
Randy, the small revenue, we have moved through all the changing scenes of Akuffo Addo's administration. We have moved from drinking EXO, now we have gone through single money, now we are at application. You have put tax on application. So the small revenue that we will go home and go and drink some small application, 30 that we will drink, you have put tax on it.
Drink water. There's no tax on water.
Water doesn't do. You see?
That one is a health tax.
You people call something, what do you call it? Nuisance taxes. You were holding leaflets around in traffic. Kenuforiata and Co were in the lead. You were part of it. You were running around holding leaflets. You were giving the NDC nuisance taxes. What are you doing? Today, you have put taxes. You have introduced VAT on electricity. Randy, something interesting happened to me during the holidays. On the 27th of December, I bought 500 cedis worth of electricity. And then I traveled on the 31st. Right. When I came back, my lights were off. I came back on the 4th.
And maybe you left some
No,
gadgets.
I didn't leave anything. Let me tell you what happens. They assume that you consume a certain amount of kilowatts a day. So if you like, conduct an experiment. Turn off everything in your house and leave. When you come back, your electricity will be off. Because they take it anyway.
That's strange.
Yes, it's not strange. That's what's happening. With the electricity rates, there's something called service tax.
Service charge, yeah.
Which they increase willy-nilly at any time.
Administratively.
Right. Now, with this new VAT, the people who absorbed the citizenry of paying that VAT on electricity domestically knew and assumed that as a domestic citizen, as a private citizen, you do not have the wherewithal to net those taxes, your input tax and your output tax, net it off and claim that difference back. So there's no VAT on it.
In fact, for those who do not know, anybody who consumes more than 30 Ghana cedis a month is in the net.
Yes. So, Randy,
it's only those who consume 30 cedis and less who are lifeline. Anybody who consumes more than 30 cedis is not a lifeline consumer.
So, Randy.
A month, not a week.
So, Randy, what they have
so
done.
So you must be consuming 7 cedis, 50 pesos or less a week.
It's effectively, if you bought 10 days worth of electricity and that was enough for you, it is now 7.8 days effectively, plus the differential in VAT. So the next time they increase it, you have 78% of that 7.8 days. So your graph, when it comes to electricity charges, is going to go like this, like a log graph. Very soon, you'll be approaching zero. You people are the epitome of chicanery. You came into power to deceive us. Some of us told Ghanaians that Akuffo Addo and the gang of Buccaneers and brigands who follow him will ruin us. They didn't listen. They said,
but are you not facing reality? I mean, COVID ravaged the entire globe. Ghana was affected.
You want me to go there?
Just hold on. Ghana was affected. We all know our economic performance. Now we are in post-recovery mode. Things can't be as they were.
Randy,
there are bills to be paid. We've declared bankruptcy because we can't pay our bills.
Randy,
something must give.
COVID was rather an opportunity for us to do better.
Why?
With all the inflows that came in, some 33 plus billion cedis we got during the COVID period, which we wouldn't have got. The government, Dr. Dumaku Kisi and his people, his gang, they distributed it to party supporters.
How?
Oh, why? You heard Madam Felicia Tete of Sagnarigu narrating how she was given 150.
That's a fraction.
Wait. But others have said same. There's another MPP commentator who comes on Metro TV in the mornings, on Monday mornings, who said she was given 50,000. So
you didn't pay electricity and water bill for some months.
So they told us that we will not pay, and then later on, Kojo Ponkuma told us that we have to pay what they said we wouldn't pay because it wasn't actually free. That is what Kojo Ponkuma said. So we have not been given anything for free. It was like basically trying to catch a crab. You dangle something and went before the crab, and when after you catch a crab, you pull it and you put it in soup. That is what they've done to us. Okay? They have manifestly impoverished all of us to the extent that we are in a situation where today the former Chief Justice of this country takes a chair and goes to sit at the Ministry of
to pick it
and ask for pensions for her colleagues. Randy, happy birthday. You are now on the 5th floor. You know what is going to happen to you? Dr. Admaku Kisi is here. As you go along, you are a man of Negroid origin, right?
Yes.
That's your genotype.
Yes.
So chances are you are going to get hypertension. If you're not lucky, you may become diabetic. If you're not lucky, you may get cholesterol. It's repeated across. Dr. Adumaku Kiti, who can tell me if I'm wrong. So if you had put money away for that pension so that you can use it to attend to your later life, today Kenofuyata tells you that you get the money when you are 87. When the life expectancy of the Ghanaian man is 62 years old. Okay? Today, all our pensions are gone.
No, not all.
Well, Randy,
pensions haven't been touched.
Randy, they are essentially gone because if you put money away in this country, how much is pension? People have made
So
their own pensions.
investments made by pensioners, not pensions. Yeah.
Randy, if you're a pensioner and you've made an investment, it is a pension. The idea of pension is to
I've
go and
invested
sit
my
at,
pension,
is to go and sit at home.
True.
And once you are not doing anything, some inflows will come. That money, you will get it.
What I decided to do so that I'm not a burden on society, on my country, on anybody. And I've said it on this show, anytime I see the old folks picketing, is that for people who are responsible enough to set aside something so that when they go on pension, they will not be a burden. These are not people picketing and begging government to come to their aid. These are people who were responsible enough to set stuff aside. And yet, that's the spectacle that we created under the guise of sound economic management. I mean, tragic.
Randy, many of those people have lost their pensions. But guess what? A lot of those pensions went to a company belonging to the finance minister, who is now telling those pensioners that they should stop harassing his workers. He has written a letter and says stop
Not
harassing.
him, the company.
Oh, him. He owns the company.
No, the company
He
has
owns
written.
the company. Why? They didn't show the letter to him before he went out.
It's possible.
It's not possible.
He
They
can't-
show the company.
He has
letter
too.
to him.
He has too
He
much to worry about.
With Dr. Abdumaku Kiti makes the point that we live through revenue and loans. He and his former deputy Charles Eduboahene were also collecting loans on our behalf and taking commissions. So
Their
they
companies
have not-
were working for
They
us.
have not done badly at all. Out of all these dross that has gone on, they haven't done badly. They have taken, and by his own admission in Parliament, his company took over 150 million cedis. Now, if I have taken 150 million cedis out of this economic climate, I will sit down and every time you say it, I will tell you, let's pray, which is what he does. Because I have taken a commission of the loans I gave you. Juxtapose this back to 2016. If you people had found out that Setekwe and Akuffo had companies which were taking commissions of the loans we were collecting, what would you have said? Tell us. So, as far as we are concerned, in this country, you people absolutely need to go. We have heard the president saying that he took his eye off a certain constituency because his MP lost, Atukujo lost. In the last election,
We'll look at that issue.
Okay, okay, we'll get there. In the last election, people died as a result of your an insatiable quest to win at all costs.
False.
Up to today, nobody has said anything.
False.
But the president is rather asking people to congratulate him. Congratulate you for what? After what you have done to us in this country, what should we congratulate you for? What you need to do is to go. There is absolutely no nothing that stopped this president and his vice president Timothy. Timothy, Dr. Bawumia, at one point in his life was called Timothy. At one point he was a boys' brigade. At some time in his life he was a Christian. The man believes in absolutely nothing. There's nothing that stops the two of you from going to parliament and telling them that you want to leave now. Because given what you have done in 7+ years, you should go now. Randy, we are suffering. Randy, listen. I am talking painfully because you have sat here and you have been my friend for a very long time. You have sat here for 20 years. Am I lying?
22.
22. When you were starting this program, not many people gave you much chance of it even lasting a year.
Yeah.
You and I are very good friends. I know the challenges you went through. Yeah. So throughout all this time, Randy, you have put money aside. You have put it in a bank, in treasury bills. And the reason why we put the money in a bank is that you have a call option on it. Your money is losing value. You go to the bank, give me my money, they tell you we can't give it to you because Gov't has given an order that we shouldn't pay anybody money. Randy, so your 20 years, gone. Whistle down the wind. And then you go home, and then you have to go and face madam. And the rest of your family. And I also know that you also happen to be the prominent person in your family. You have to feed everybody. Those people,
there are many prominent
those people that you have to take care of in your family.
Yes.
Do their lifestyle take a backseat because you've lost your pensions? Does anything change? Your children's school fees? Does it change? Does the school accept that you have lost all your savings?
No.
So these people must absolutely exit. Gov't should have left the scene by now. Even Atacha is saying it. He's not going anywhere because the president has told us that when he was looking for money to become president, Gov't looked for money for him. So he must stay. But his own first cousin, you see, right now the hen battery syndrome is working. When you put chickens in a battery and they finish pecking all the food, they start pecking each other. Atacha said Gov't should go. The MPs, Adumaku Kisi and Co, they said he should go. And what did the president do? He went to talk to a certain chief.
They've changed their mind.
Because he went to talk to a certain chief.
Okay.
My former colleague, I said, my former colleague, no, don't stop me. Give me one minute.
Let me
just go on break.
Let me stop.
My former colleague, lawyer, MP for
which one?
Oh, my prisons.
Free zones.
Michael Quay?
No. Oh, the MP for
Andy
Akubi told us he was a rebel leader. He told us that they've stepped off because the president has spoken to a certain chief to stop them.
Okay.